Servus, grüß euch und willkommen zum großen Preis von Österreich. Mein erstes Heimrennen in irgendeiner Liga, die ich kommentiere. Und ich rede in einem absolut dreckigen Akzent. Hello and welcome to round 6 of UMRL, and it is my first ever home race at the Austrian Grand Prix. And Emma's home races were last year already, or last season, and he doesn't have one this time, and I sadly have to tell you that he might not have one anytime soon because Emma has retired from commentating for the foreseeable future. So yeah, we wish him the best on his journey in school right now. It's been very busy for him all the time, and we're very grateful for everything he did, because it wouldn't be the same without him, and it won't be. And yeah, pretty sad. So now I'm alone, please help me. But yes, we are in qualifying at this beautiful track. Just 10 corners, 7 to the right and only 3 to the left. Here in the infield are 2 of them, and the other one is just the left hand kink on the straight up the hill. And crossing it at the moment does have the fastest time now. Laguna beats that to a 26.20, 1.5 minutes on the clock to go. And we're watching Nikhil, and I actually already commentated this race, and I didn't record it, which is very sad. And yeah, so I'm not at fault if I am at fault if I don't always talk about exactly what I'm watching, but yeah, just trying to remember things and not spoil things. It's been a week, so yeah, I still know who won, but I hope that doesn't take away the joy from watching these cars race right here. Maybe something else takes away the joy though, and it's liveries, because I once again forgot them, or I just forgot during the week to change them. But anyways, maybe I shouldn't talk about everything that I'm doing wrong, but yeah, just watch the race and shut up as Laguna lags his way down the straight and beyond. Piggy is leading the championship by a long way, and Laguna is still in P2, but Cato has dropped down to 4th because he hasn't raced at Portugal, and I haven't commentated there, so it's been a long time for me. And Matt now is in 3rd in the championship because he does put in solid results more consistently this season, and he's currently also more consistent in the race than Laguna, but in qualifying with 26.08 now, Laguna has taken pole position. Malik only 400ths behind on the front row for the first time ever in UMRL. Piggy lines up in P3 just behind his teammate Pigeon, once again with a solid qualifying, not P3 this time, but let's hope that he can keep that position for this time. Wilger is in P5 just behind them, and 100 also behind them is Crossnet. Guillermo in P7, solid for HRT, the only driver for them today. Matt starts in P8, Nicholas inside the top 10 in his 3rd ever race weekend, and Nikhil, the 2nd Williams, rounds out the top 10. 11th is Frimpong. Then it's Glow racing for the first time this season for the 101st. GX Nico 08 is in P13. So there's actually 2 HRTs. And Jacopo having his first outing in this league as well for one time. So yeah, they are very much still looking for drivers, but Nicholas is a really solid one already. And Glacier Alessandro is in 15th and last position for the race. We line up for the first ever Austrian Grand Prix. Laguna on pole position, as he has been so often already. Malik for the first time sees nobody ahead of him, apart from Laguna to the right, and the lights go out. It is a good start for Malik around the outside, and we now go up the hairpin, up the straight towards the hairpin. Piggy is trying to go around the outside. That's something that you can do. Is he going to do it? He goes across the runoff there, and around the outside at turn 4 is more difficult, and he's down the order, and then Matt is up to P2. Nicholas in third on the medium tires, and both HRTs are there. Guillermo in P5, who took his first podium at Portugal last time out. Then we are watching Piggy crossing it behind. And that is Pigeon, and yeah, at the back of the grid they are. That's Malik leading the race, then Matt second. And Laguna has also disappeared from the front. P14 for the Williams driver. Once again, an absolute disaster. Also for Pigeon. And Piggy is also down 2 positions. But once again, it looks really good for him. He's trying to pass multiple cars there and takes P3 for now. And the MP Motorsports immediately trying to establish the 1-2 down the inside of turn 7 is very difficult, but it is possible to do it because it's a very tricky corner. Nicholas wants to get in on the action as well, wants to get back on the podium, or maybe just take the slipstream. Matt gets pushed off on the straight. And now it is a 1-2 for MP Motorsport, which are running the black car today. Malik, for the first time, is really at the very front of the field. He always finished like P4 or P7 in the races so far, which is already pretty solid, and MP Motorsport are very clear in the Constructors' Championship. That's Nicholas, still trying to challenge the Briton ahead of him. Up the inside at turn 7, that's going to work out because Piggy went wide, just about kept it on track, and maybe trying to re-overtake in the yuck and wind curve or down the straight. He's gonna have to go the long way round at turn 1, but he already tried to do the move around the outside in turn 3, and this time Nicholas just kind of gives the position up. He knows Piggy is fast, he also holds the fastest lap right now, and maybe he just takes the slipstream on the medium tires. Yeah, Piggy said that it's not a good circuit for him. But what exactly does that mean? Frimpong is now in P4 for Levioso Sports Art, and he's fighting with the Aston Martin of Matt. Matt doesn't send one up the inside, crossing it in the second green car just behind. And then it is Nikhil. Look how they're going to the edge there in the infield. Piggy this time at the inside of the Jochen Rindt curve. But Nicholas keeps it ahead somehow. Runs wide at the last corner. And now once again, wheel to wheel towards that very tricky corner with many different lines. Especially in this game because you can take a lot of traction around the outside. It is easier to pass on the inside of the following corner, turn 4. Oh, and Krasnik goes off the track and now gets pushed again by the Williams of Nikhil, and that causes kind of a pile up there. And Matt now up the inside of Nikhil. He started in 10th and has worked his way up instead of Laguna, who currently is 8 positions down from his starting position from P1. Then it's Frimpong, Guillermo and Krasnet just overtaking both of them, but he once again goes off the track. And the other two continue to fight, and Krasnet is the first one to pit. Pretty late call, but he already says goodbye to his soft tires at the end of lap 9. They are supposed to last 10 to 15 laps. Nicholas now fighting Piggy once more around the outside of both corners in the infield. And Piggy kinda gets pushed a little bit onto the grass, but it was a fair move, and both MP Motorsports now pit, and Nicholas takes the lead. And that's Malik just coming out ahead of Guillermo and Frimpong, and there is lag, and they're now absolutely gonna boost down the straight. Guillermo onto the grass, and Frimpong passes him as well as Malik. Malik already up to P2 again. And he's got clean air ahead of him, which he will probably still have when he's bleeding, so yeah, but Nicholas is 4 seconds ahead of him right now. And now Piggy and Laguna are actually very closely together. With Piggy, of course, on the fresher tires. Then we watch Frimpong, who's an old soft still. Piggy around the outside of him too. And Guillermo also on mediums. Matna has gone for hard tires, but the hards aren't too popular. And Laguna is also yet to pit. Now in the pit lane is Nicholas, so that means Malik will retake the lead. Guillermo is still running out there in second place. Piggy now goes down the inside. Guillermo can't fight that. Nicholas is fourth. Then Matt, Nikhil, GX Nico, Frimpong, Krosnet and Glacier starting P15 ahead of Laguna after his first stop. Nicholas now is gonna steam past Guillermo too. They were on the same strategy. Let's see what the Italian is going to do next. Oh, and Jacopo has DNF'd from the Austrian Grand Prix, and he doesn't make it to the flag in his first race. Lazarus also was racing in here or something. I just see him to the left of the screen, but he's DNF'd. And Guillermo now is taking fresh tires too. Looks like it's new mediums, yes it is. That's Krosnet, Frimpong and Guillermo still in a fight. Towards turn 4 we go, up the inside. As I said, it's easier, but it's still possible to go around the outside. It's very difficult, just like in real life, because there's just gravel really close if you go off. And Frimpong trying to get back around the outside or up the inside, definitely in the slipstream. And Krosnet's kind of slamming the barrier there. The gap between the two MP Motorsports is solid. At 2 seconds, Frimpong now trying to do a move once again. Krosnet takes that corner very smoothly. And once again, they're banging cars. Krosnet goes a bit too wide this time maybe, but he's still in there. His tires don't look too good anymore from the outside view. And Frimpong now goes wide, and that makes Guillermo also get ahead of him again. Yeah, Guillermo is also a solid option for Hurricane Racing Team. But Kader, the owner, certainly is missing here. And yeah, he hasn't finished higher up than in third this season so far. Krosnet already pits for the second time. He was in softs once again. And here we see Laguna going for hards, maybe trying to get back into the race. There's no chance of rain today, so none of that gambling here. And now the MP Motorsports, or at least Malik, has pitted, and Piggy as well, yeah. And that's why Nicholas once again is at the front. This time he's got soft tires. And yeah, also a really great rookie for one time. They've taken podiums in the last season with Matt on almost a win, but of course Matt got disqualified for lag, and that's kind of what happens to Nicholas right here as well. But yeah, they are really struggling right now, and they're already such an iconic team somehow, and You really want to see them succeed, and that's great to see right here. Malik on the soft tires, already chasing him down. Matt is also going for, fewer pit stops maybe. And Guillermo's strategy also is looking solid, with Piggy in 5th after 2 stops. And now it is 2nd stop already, or not already, but also for Nicholas. And Matt is still running out there. Guillermo is hanging onto the slipstream of Piggy at this stage of the race, which is actually pretty nice. And let's see if they can catch up to the ones ahead of them. Nicholas seems to be, right now he seems to be ahead of Piggy almost. Then it's Nico, then Krasnet and Laguno fighting into turn 1. Nico goes wide, Laguno down the inside, Krasnet trying to do a switch back here into turn 4. He's very far behind, but he's gonna send it anyways. Laguno though gets a better exit for the next 2 corners, which also belong to his inside. Krasnet really close to the pit wall on the main straight, retakes P7. Laguno trying to do a dive bomb, but his hard tires don't seem too competitive anymore. Krasnet is also on hard tires, but they are fresher. And you could just see Matt in the pit lane. Piggy therefore not restores the 1-2, but takes the takes the podium position again. But Malik is doing a really good job. He came into this league when I commentated on my own for the first time that chaotic Italian Grand Prix. And has always been like a top 7 driver, or like in that range. And now he's really come closer to the front. And now he's at the front for almost the entire race so far. I mean, Nicholas doesn't have that same strategy. And Guillermo is still behind Piggy. His mediums are starting to die really. But it's a nice asset to get that slipstream from a really fast guy. And at least Guillermo is fast enough to hang on to it. And maybe that's going to come down to a fight between Nicholas and Guillermo, who aren't on the same strategy anyways. Guillermo's still on 1 stop. And Guillermo now actually ahead of Piggy on these old tires, but now he's going into the pit lane anyways. Piggy's tires are still looking solid. And Matt, on 2 stops on soft tires, is also pushing to get closer to the front. And his first hurdle there will be Piggy 2. So championship leader is going to get a little company once again. If he doesn't pit before his tires are really dead. And that is Malik, who is now gone for mediums in his 4th stint. Piggy and Matt are now going wheel to wheel in the 2nd sector, and Piggy almost goes onto the gravel. He still can hang on to it. Can Matt go around the outside of the last 2 corners? No, he can't. But the battle will continue, of course. That first corner doesn't really make a difference in terms of who is ahead, but the lag maybe does. And now they're already out of turn 3, and Matt is ahead of the championship leader, of Piggy, who now no longer is on the podium right now. and he still does have to pit. So is it really looking that good for the Briton? Matt again trying to pass him on the inside, but as I said, the battle will always continue up towards turn 3. Piggy maybe braking a bit too much and going a bit too much to the outside there. Stays behind for turn 4. I don't think it's the best thing to do right now to distract Matt instead of pitting. And that is Malik and Nicholas. Nicholas, of course, leading again. And now we're slowly starting to see how the drivers will end their race strategically, and Piggy has just done his final pit stop with 11 laps to go. So that is nicely in the window of the soft tire. Then Nicholas also pitting 1 lap later. He's going to be in that set of tires for 10 laps until the end. And now Malik and Matt are left at the front still. Matt could still continue for, I don't know, 1 or 2 laps, but he might also pit right now, and that is what he does. And Malik's mediums also seem to last until the end already. Because yeah, he just pitted a bit earlier because he can't afford it. Piggy now up the inside with a little bit of help from the grass there. Passes Guglielmo, who still is on two stops here. And that is not too nice strategically, because he just doesn't extract the longevity of the soft tires. In his last stint, he once again clings into the slipstream of Piggy, but I'm not sure if that's going to get him anywhere. And it is 4.5 seconds between Malik and Nicholas for the win. I don't know if it is possible for Nicholas to catch up, because his soft tires will of course also be in the mud in the end, just like Malik's mediums probably. And Piggy's soft tires are solid, but he's just a bit too far behind him now. Guglielmo and Matt are going wheel to wheel for 4th position. Guglielmo still keeps his car clearly ahead in the Niki Lauda curve. And Matt now trying to go around the outside, trying to do a switchback maybe, because Guglielmo has gone pretty wide and compromised his racing line. Down the inside, Guglielmo seems to lift off a little bit, try to do a switchback, but it's really difficult, and Matt gets the inside for turn 6 anyways. And the Frenchman is up into 4th for now, but Guglielmo once again doing the slipstream game. And is also driving a really solid race today. What is he going to do in turn 3? The same thing as Matt. And that is Krasnet in P6. That's going to be solid points for Aston Martin. Frimpong, the only LSA inside the points. Wilger in 11th place, having a pretty dead race. Laguna is also still down in P9. And that's really gonna hurt. And Matt is coming closer and closer to him in the Drivers' Championship. And he probably won't pass him yet. And yeah, Pigeon also only on 3 points, I think, for P10. And at the front, it is just 3 laps to go, including the one that they're on right now. Nothing has changed in terms of the gap between Malik and Nicholas. Piggy also still 2 seconds behind both of them. So it doesn't really make too much of a difference anymore. Matt is still relatively close to Piggy though. Can he still maybe snatch away the podium? Malik now opening the final lap of the race. He has taken P3, he's been at the front for the entirety of the race. There's been no rain and yeah, nothing like that. As I said, he joined the league last season in the middle of it, and now he's worked his way to the front, and with MP Motorsport at Austria, he wins for the first time ever in the Ultimate Mobile Racing League. He already has won once in ERL, I believe, so very well done. Nicholas in second with a great result in his third race, and one time are back on the podium in Season 2. P in third, where he started, still will take massive points compared to Laguno and Caddo. Matt in P4 is by far the closest to him today, and he will come closer to P2 in the standings. Guillermo once again doing a great race for HRT, while Caddo isn't here. Krasnet is 6th for Aston Martin, so they scored the second most points, I think. Then Nikhil, Frimpong, Laguna, Wilder, the 2 Williams and the 2 LSAs not really at the front today. And of course with Laguna it's very painful. He hasn't finished on the podium ever since he won at Brazil. Fastest lap still held by Piggy at the end of the race. Then Pigeon in 11th after starting in P4. The horror continues for the Briton, and he also was the only Porsche car racing in today's race. No Bituco, still no Gabo. Glacier in P12, now ahead of his teammate after the race. GX Nico is in 13th, and Glow actually DNF'd, as well as Jacopo, and I don't know about Brazidas. In the Drivers' Championship, Piggy on 143 points, his worst result of the season so far, P3. Then Laguno is still in second, just 5 points ahead of Matt. Malik moves up to P4 in the standings again, with Caddo in P5 and Guillermo in P6. The Caddo missing 2 rounds, Guillermo 1, and they're still there. Alcrack hasn't raced today too. Then Krastenet ahead of Nicholas, who is also already in 9th after now taking a really good second place. Wilger only taking 10th and being in 10th in the Drivers' Championship standings. Aston Martin and Hurricane Racing Team are really close in the fight for second. Also Williams is still in there. 101st is still ahead of LSA, and Polska now down in 7th. It was great fun commentating on my home race here. We wish Emma all the best, and we will see you next time when we head to Spain again for the Valencia Grand Prix. Like the video and goodbye.